doesn't heal after the death of a spouse, a woman moves on. And where a woman lives for longer is the grieving period. Because when we talk about healing, a woman just moves on. So the grieving period is where the woman needs a support system. That is where she needs to be understood. That is when she needs to be given a shoulder to lean on. Because that is the only time she will need other people other than her and her children, if there is children in the picture. So generally speaking, after the death of a spouse, the woman goes into a state of, now she's confused. She doesn't know how to mourn, how to grieve, because they are children. And she doesn't want to show the children that she's grieving. So generally speaking, she wants to be strong to her children, even as she continues grieving. So most of the time she will hibernate. She will hide herself. She will cry herself out in the bedroom. She will cry to God on her own. And that is the time that she needs to be given the whole support that she needs, so that even as she grieves, she will continue to be strong. She will not grieve to depression. She will not grieve to waste herself. She will not grieve to start doing the wrong things, but she will grieve upgrading. She will continue knowing that there is a life after death. There is a life even after all is said and done. She still has to take responsibility as a parent, and now she takes a shoe, that she wears a shoe of the man and a shoe of a lady in her household. So generally speaking, she will have to stand out and take care of her children, take care of her family, try as much as possible to bring up her children in a way that they will know it is only her and God that are left together. And then it comes a time when now the support system has to understand that she has to be left to be. It doesn't matter how much she will grieve, it doesn't matter anything. And that is where, like for me, it was a bit different, because generally speaking, after the burial, it's like everybody just left and I'm left with my children. So what do I do after that? I have to be strong. I have to encourage them. I have to show them life moves on. I have to stand up for them. I have to show them that it is here. That now you give me your shoulder, I give you mine. You give me your support, I give you mine. We are left to be each other's support system, so that now life moves on in a smoother way and in understanding of each other. Nobody accuses each other. Nobody is trying to say this or that about the other. But we just lean on each other's shoulder, support each other, and walk together in this journey. Because it's a journey, and it's not a small journey. It's a journey that people walk with a lot of tears, with a lot of courage. You have to be courageous. You have to be strong. You have to be a person who is able to leave things behind and move on, so that you can be able now to walk together, to hold hands, and the woman must be left to grieve. If she doesn't grieve, it will come back to the children, because at one point or another she will always break down. At one point or another she will shout, she will scream. But generally, if she's given a time to grieve, now she will come out as a different person. Now she will come out as a person who is able to walk around. And that is how it worked for me. I was able to walk out and go back to work. And I was able now to try as much as possible to make sure life moves on the way it was before. Because generally, if things change, now the children are crushed. So to make things work, you must walk out of the grieving system when you are whole, when you are strong, when you are able now to face the world as one. You are two, although one, but now you are one. The thing that makes us not to be one is when we lean on God. Now, we lean on God because the Bible says that He is the one who fights for a widow. He's the one who fights for the children who are fatherless. And He comes in a very beautiful way, because God says He is the father to the fatherless. He is the husband to the widow. And so when they lean on God, you will never be disappointed. You will never be discouraged. You will never go astray, because God will guide you. God will lead you every battle that comes, because there is no one who fights battles more than a widow. A widow fights battles that nobody can understand, because sometimes it's fought in silence. But when God is in the picture, you never have to fight. You just have to lean on God, to trust God, to believe in God, and to wait upon Him to fight for you. Because most of the time, if you fight for yourself, you lose the battle. But when you let God be, when you let God in, when God comes in and takes over your family, takes over your issues, takes over your emotions, take over your mind, your everything. Now God works. And believe me, I have seen the faithfulness of God when you let God be. Because when God becomes the center of your family, He comes to fight for you. He comes to take care of your children. He comes to take care of their school fees. He takes care of their food. Your businesses will flourish because there is a God who is able. So that now I would like to encourage a woman, learn to lean on God.